Hi, I'm Ryan Patrick of Peak Fitness and Sports Training and CoachRyanPatrick.com. I'm here today to talk about the value of assessment and understanding how it integrates into a program and what you can do to really maximize the effectiveness with your athletes. So I'm looking today at kind of differences in hip anatomy, and I got Haley here, who's one of my cross-country runners, and if you'll notice, if I just look at her passive hip mobility, she's got a tremendous amount of hip internal rotation and very little external rotation. So when I do a Craig's test on her and find out where that greater trochanter of the hip is most prominent, she's a little bit outside of that 15-degree mark that says her hips are probably a little bit anteverted. So go ahead and stand up. So what happens is there's a few things that we have to consider from a training standpoint. Number one, that anteverted hip is going to allow for a little bit more internal rotation of her femurs. So going down the kinetic chain, we're going to see more internal rotation, more medial stress on that knee, especially as she runs, slightly internally rotated tibia, and ultimately she's going to fall into more of a pronation pattern. So having good footwear for her to control for pronation is going to be super important. Also, because of this internal rotation, that hip's going to be in a little bit of a flex position, meaning the hips are going to be rotated forward, and that we need more anterior core to make sure she's really controlling that sway. Her glutes are also going to be super tight from constantly trying to break or resist that pronation. So they're going to be fairly weak because she doesn't have a lot of training. She's very dominant on the anterior musculature, but we need some soft tissue work through the glutes as well as some strengthening. So for her, we definitely favor more Romanian deadlifts, more trap bar deadlifts, and hip thrust variations rather than squatting, because she can naturally get into a pretty narrow squat because she's already very efficient at using that anterior musculature. So those are just a couple things to consider and how it can impact your athlete and ultimately giving you guys the ability to get better results. I'm Ryan Patrick. Thanks for watching.